this type of Viva. Do you understand? Can I make the difference? Because when you go for say like a final exam, that questions, you should consider this like you have given actually the practical exam in your school and college, right? In science subjects, you remember that regarding the experiment, you have a Viva for it. Whenever you do something, then actually in one part is actually the teacher call you to ask about how did you do that, right? So we should not have any set of question that can give it to the students. It's not possible for that. So this Viva should be like that actually. And because you are doing something in the written exam, and I'm going to ask actually about those onto you, so that before the final, maybe I cannot give you question, but I can discuss you about some question like look, the Viva question look like this would be. Now one chapter, two chapter, if I give you some question, most of you actually can remember those question answers, and if I ask something from there, then you can easily answer. And that is actually not the Viva exam, honestly to say. Sample set of question can be given, but sample set of question should reflect actually as like in the Viva exam. And I told you that the question already I've said, like if I ask you a difference between DDA and Bressenham line drawing algorithm, what do you think? Or maybe that virtual environment, what do you mean by dynamics in that virtual environment, right? And what actually virtual reality, what why it is actually important to have the actor's experience, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's actually difficult to give you setup, because this is also depends actually how well you have understood. The question itself is actually like that. So you know that this is actually part of the assessment. Like I am asking you, Naida, that okay, this topic, can you tell me three questions from here? Then definitely you need to understand those topic. Then only you can make some question. Otherwise, not. I am not happy the development that is happened, because 25% actually is actually too less that the percentage has been done, because I am worried about the written exam, not about the Viva. You are not worried about the written exam, but you have seen in the first term already there are some hints of being worried. Anyway, that's the decision they have done, and uh, I only have option to execute it. But honestly to say, it is very much necessary for having 60-40 that person. It, or it should be reverse actually. You have any formal written exam, but your main exam should be the Viva. So 75-25 would be, in that sense, would be better. Otherwise, that would give actually a student's scope to do the study, and also the overall grade would be high. But in written, overall grade a little bit fall down. That I can see here in from the first term as well, because most of the students who are actually sincere and doing some sort of study, they don't have any problem. But many of the students, they don't. They are not actually under problem in the situation. They are actually having some kind of habit that's actually creating trouble. We, as a teacher, personally, I feel that they must need to come out from that habit. That in a short way, that we can actually go for some advantage for getting in written exam well. Okay, so that's about the question in the Viva. Okay, so neither I think it will not be a problem In chapter 3, that is actually my main concern. I told you that better you take some kind of preparation, or maybe and someday actually I'll discuss some more about the Viva questions, but cannot give a set of question for this case, honestly to say, because only this two chapter, the question if I give, I told you like you will heavily depend that maybe your Viva question will be from there. That is actually the problem. So we cannot have a suggestion. So I really regret that if any of your courses actually given like that. How many question you got? Say like any example. I don't want to hear about the course name, but how many question you have got, Naita? As for example.
Sir, 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 I got already two courses. They give the Viva question, and one course they give the 30 question, and the other one is 35.
So look, 30 and 35 question. What
Sir,
kind of?
only two chapters.
Yeah, that should be more or less like if you we somehow like two or 2-3 chapters, like 5 chapters up to midterm, then maybe we go for 3-4 more chapters up to final. Might like it depends up to subject chapter like that. So 30-35 question, and you take a preparation on that and then come for the exam. And if your questions are asked, at least 50-60% question is asked from there. Naturally, I do believe it is not 50-60%. It will be asked maybe 80% question, 1-2 question maybe from other question they can ask you. Now, then what is the point of this exam?
Sir, time is short, sir.
That doesn't matter time actually. You don't need preparation for the time. For this exam, you don't need any preparation, honestly to say, because you are taking preparation for your written exam. When you are taking preparation on your written exam, by default, you are taking the preparation for your Viva. Right, Jyoti? Humans understand only logic. Your brain understand only logic, okay? So you, whatever you will say, you tell me in logically. If you are
Sir,
a teacher, okay, if you are a teacher, you are in my position, you have actually done 2 chapters. In your student, do you gonna give 30 questions to make them prepare for the Viva? Do you believe that your teacher will ask you question out of those 30 questions? No. If they would, I do appreciate, but it is not possible. And you also know that it will not be. Right? One thing you just keep in mind what actually you will learn. End of the day, you will learn actually from here that what is actually should be done as a teacher, as a student, what you should learn. And if this is actually we do, I feel like this is unethical. End of the day, you will actually pass out, and when you will be in our position at someday in your profession, you will feel like that no, we should put a situation like that the student should learn. If I give you a set of question which is very low, if it would be 300 question, I do agree, okay, out of 300 question you need then preparation, you can understand. Now out of that many small number of questions, because the chapters, the syllabus is so low for term to term exam by that time, and if you have some expected question out of that, then it is looks like there is no actually kind of preparation you need. You spend maybe 1 hour with that and actually you get prepared, you know the answer something of that. And the problem would be like those questions, set of questions, that when a teacher will ask you and to explain it, then many of the students will be in trouble, right? Because many of you will remember them, and your teacher needs to, in the bio actually needs to ask you to explain it, so that in different way, maybe I can ask you that okay, one is actually maybe explaining about that topic, one is maybe comparing with maybe another topic, like this way.
Sir,
Yes, Uday.
sir, I'm exactly agree with you, because if you give the question, I am talking about the written. If you give a math, and if I solve the math, and in the Viva, if you ask that how did you solve the math, that's the question, sir. But if I give you some set of questions that is not related with written, it's like just memorizing. That's not about Viva, sir. That's not
Yeah,
it's not
that's
working, sir.
actually the thing. And another issue is actually when you have a written, look, chapter 3, I will have a question, but in your written, but most of the Viva question will be based on that. There is a chance. So definitely in the written exam, you cannot accommodate everything. But what is actually main intention that the students should read out thoroughly. If you say like, okay, we don't have time that much, you don't need that much time. You I have maybe 3 hours or 4 hours of that chapter with some recording. You just hear those and you just try to go through the slide and try to think like what was the topic has been discussed. Definitely you will have some question from there. You
Yes,
have
sir.
that advantage,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But
So we have yes, sir.
if you don't want to actually do that, then how actually you tell me that what is actually we are doing then? What is actually your objective as a student?
So we have already demanded to stop the Viva, and authority has reduced the percentage of the marks. So there is nothing that we should demand.
And
Uh,
also
yes,
you are
sir.
getting extra days for it. In more flexible way you can give it. You see that 5-6 days holiday almost come, like, because you have 3-4 Viva by that time. This 3-4 Viva, if you take preparation, 15 is actually holiday, 15th August. So you should not get any exam on the time. And one day also you can take preparation like this, whatever the syllabus you have, right? I am
Yes, sir.
happy all the development, because that is goes in the favor of the student. But that one, that 25% reduction is actually not happy, because I told you on other day, many of you are not here, some of you are here. What actually the reason of having Viva for this kind of circumstances? Because it will help the student to learn. They will go at least for some study. It will help for the teacher as well, when I have a actually positive intention to support the student as well. And because in written, if it is one question is having at least 25% marks or 20 marks, then actually you made bad, then your that 25 or 20% has gone, and or you are already in trouble. Out of 80, maybe you have to get at least 70, which is not easy for all the student. But when you have Viva, a big percentage of Viva, then in the Viva session, if you are prepared, not well prepared, I'm saying, if you are prepared at least in average, I can give you some actually average mark on that, and your overall grade actually goes high. Now what will happen? Again, you have to focus now on most of the thing in the written exam, that it has to be good. If you got actually a lower mark in the written, then 75% already, and 25% is the Viva. If you have a good Viva, still it will not actually take the grade that much up. Anyway, that's actually when you wanted not to have a Viva. That's I said, like some students thought like they need to survive, but there are a big number of students. They are actually here for study, learning, and they also want to have a good grade. Those students will be affected in somehow, and I believe that many of you are actually falling on that grade. So never do compromise actually with your hard work, because if your hard work, if you compromise, your achievement also will be compromised. And at this stage you are mature human being, so I don't feel like you are going away from the class. You see, the last week a big number of classes actually has been wasted, and we are actually lacking behind now. And how it will help, because that time if you would have come in the class at least in one day, if you have discussed, and you should have understand that what actually your teacher has a plan, or maybe what actually you are in a situation for having that Viva, then things would be okay. And that should be done for all the courses. If you have some issue with your teacher should not give you a set of questions so that you get prepared and come and give an exam. Your teacher should give you that confidence that okay, you spend only few hours with it, know something, learn something, then your Viva session will be friendly. You should not be worried or scared about the Viva session, right? I will not give you those 30 questions to boost up your confidence. I will try to actually boost up your confidence as a student or as a human, that you need to take the challenges, and that challenges whenever you will take, then only you can succeed those challenges, because it is not the end. Every time, every assessment, you will have some challenges, and successfully you have to actually overcome it. You have to have that confidence in you, and confidence comes from the hard work, right? So that's why I'm not that much happy, but still we have a process. I believe that you should now concentrate actually on your studies, because you see that we have no scope now. Whenever you will started to demand more, to have some flexibility, not flexibility actually, this is actually going for, you see, the kind of an adjustment, or maybe going for a short way to achieve something, then definitely we also have to go for some process. Because if you focus more on by written exam, then we have to focus actually more on written exam now, for strict regulation that is actually taking in other universities. Okay, so that actually concern now, having the camera should be on. Okay, also actually the strict timing, that by that time you need to complete it and then submit it, otherwise your exam script will not be considered. Okay, and definitely I will also go for actually those of you have problem, severe network problem, or maybe that you are staying in the remote place where it's difficult. So those students we need to mark out, we need to follow up that is it true or not. Okay, so those are the process that we need to go, because end of the day, as an institute, as a educational actually environment, or happening as a teacher or something, you end of the day you will learn many ethics and principle from there. It's not only actually academic thing, or marks is not the everything. Because you as a human being, when you will be graduate, you will go in your professional life, you have to apply many of those. When you will have your actually own family, that time also you will see that how it is important to have the principle on your life. So discipline, hard work, everything will be required. Okay, so everyone goes in some testing phases in your life, and this academic time is actually building yourself. So if you start to learn actually skipping something or getting something in a short way, then definitely your honesty will be compromised. Okay, and that we are actually unfortunately in this COVID situation, the most of the students are actually falling in that, and but not all of them. This is actually the good thing. Anyway, about the Viva, I will actually have a session. You can see that I will give exactly in your, according to your serial number, exactly 10 minutes. Okay, so what you will do before that time, maybe 10-15 minutes earlier, you just come and wait, and we will be called by that time. If somehow for network issue, for somehow some other issue, that we go for some earlier or maybe some late, but we it should not be more than half an hour that you need to wait, or maybe will be done for that session. So whenever you will be done, you can then go away. Okay, so that actually your Viva session, the schedule will be given very soon. Now, what will happen? Those few days we don't have any class, like 16 to 21 that we have said. Now, 16 to 21 when we don't have any class, so we will try to have our some session which is actually not the hour. Like I have selected for your timing is where is that gone? I think in the noon time maybe 2:30 or somewhere at that time for 1.5 hour, like 2:30 to 4. If you find that there is some class session or something like that, yes, for section A is 2:30 to 4 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is a government holiday, and Friday and Saturday. This 5 days we have that 1 hour 30 minutes like session in 2:30 and 4 p.m. Now, if you have a conflict on that time, say like in other course, some teacher have been given some exam. It can happen for few students. So you should let me beforehand. But remember, if it is avoidable, you can do it. Like you have a Viva maybe at 4 p.m. but your schedule has been in 3:30. Okay, try to be in 3:30. I think within 10 minutes, or maybe if you join in the session and then at the very beginning if you have joined, so like 2:30 is starting, 2:30 you join and you just let me know, or you know me earlier. Then maybe if your serial is late, I'll try to do it by consulting with other students. Then I'll do it. Then maybe you can be free before 3, or maybe you can join at 4, maybe in your other exam. So we can adjust like this way. Okay, but for that it is necessary to inform beforehand. Okay, so I will try to replace or swap maybe one student to another student, and then actually we can do it. Do you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, for the written exam, that is actually the time slot. You will get a notice for it, and I think that will be fine. And the Viva session will go for recording. Try to have the dress code. Dress code at least you know that because uh, this is a formal session, and as we have actually the university policy according to the dress code. So we should be in the dress code, and this session should be actually later it will be as a proof for the UGC and also for the IEB. So that is actually our concern. And please, it's everything as you know. If you have some issue about your internet connectivity and all these things, sort those out earlier. Okay, get that charge, or maybe some data that if you need to, and also the camera. That is very important. And do not go for any kind of helping that sometimes we found this is not very difficult to find out, like some friends that we had earlier, like another student sitting somewhere, or maybe not can be shown that there is some helping hand. They try to actually pass the actually answer, or maybe many other way we have find out in many other way that the student also try to actually get help from the Viva. Do not do it, because the question always will be something which is actually I definitely will try to handle you through your mind setup, your understanding on the basis of that question always will be so that if you go for some other help, you will be distraction, and if you have a distraction, the easy question will be repeated, so you cannot answer them. Okay, better you have the confidence, come on, I will try to help you to guide the questions. Okay, I'm not sure that whether you understood or not, but this is the way that I'll try to go through. Like if you respond well, I will try to go for a little bit complex. You see that in that case, psychologically, my concern goes for the positive side for the students. Okay, and that doesn't mean that you could not answer to question that maybe you are not going to get it, because I have a different parameter of giving the Viva marks. 10 question 100 marks doesn't mean that 8 question 80 marks. Do you understand? Or maybe 3 question is 30 marks. It's not like that. So yeah, we have I'm not sure about other teacher, but might have actually of their, like Nishat Tasnim Jyoti, you said, sir, many of the student and their family affected corona, they are not able to uh, face the Viva as a challenge. It will ruin their mental situation as a corona patient, if I understand what we suffer. Your whatever you have said, which is completely wrong. Okay, Nishat Tasnim Jyoti, can you come to the audio? I want to talk with you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Jyoti, this is completely wrong, because giving written exam is more difficult. How a student or maybe family members, when
Sir,
they are
for
affected,
written exam, we have some time to think, sir, that what is answer. But in Viva, we cannot that.
look, this is actually, I'm asking you where you are from, how to go to your home. Okay, in your that question, that to give for any student in any situation which is possible. But if I ask you to draw that one in some nice manner, then you also have to think more and also actually prepare that one, which is more stressful. Okay, so the Viva, you don't need any preparation. When I'm saying that you don't need any preparation, why you are saying every time that you need preparation? Mental situation, whatever you are mentioning, you need for everything. How you can define actually that is not necessary for written, that is necessary for Viva? In written exam, it's more analytical. I'll give you a question in a abstract mode that you need to think. You don't find any answer for it, any specific answer for it, for the support. If you don't understand, if you understand, it's very easy. But in Viva, I'll ask you on that written maybe, or maybe about the topic that maybe is a question. You are affected. If you are affected, having any problem, you should inform your teacher. So your teacher will be more actually flexible to you, so that it would not be created trouble to you. Maybe in a mental situation. Maybe you are last night also coming from the hospital. Maybe you had to stay with your family member. That doesn't mean no exam like Viva, but your written exam you will have. That doesn't mean that you will get some set of question so that you can remember and can give it the answer. This is not the university level engineering study that does not have that standard like that. If you are really in a trouble, you should not attend any exam. You should not be in a position, maybe continue your study. That can happen. Right, Jyoti? Because when you as a family member having trouble like that, then many of us are actually going through for that. It is not about the student side problem. But you ask to yourself that whatever you are saying, which is true or not. It is not. I can actually even give you example, finding out those students who are raised that question, they were actually using some student situation. But honestly to say, those students who are really suffering, having trouble, or maybe going through this difficult situation, maybe family members, not only affected, maybe there some family member have been died, or maybe haven't happened like that. Those student situation also, some of them are, not all of them are maybe not telling that we should not attend the exam, we should not continue our study. They are not telling like it, but some students are using this situation now.
We are not telling that we may not gonna join the exam, sir. We are saying that it will be easier, sir, if you give us some mark topic or some
Topic
question.
already given, Ratul. You don't have more than 10 topic. If you honestly just short out, then you don't have 10 topics, maybe more than that.
Okay, sir. But in Viva exam, we also get nervous, sir. That and we face
Now
it many
this is
difficulties,
this
sir.
is this is you are coming in the point, because you all know the written exam is not getting an exam. Our actual exam is becoming now the Viva, right? Now, as a student, can you actually expect that you will not having a assessment where actually you will not be tested properly?
No, sir, I'm not saying that. But, sir, as previously someone said that we need to thinking time, or, sir, the time is short. In written exam, sir, we get at least analytical time, sir, and we may write something. But in Viva,
No, your perception is wrong. Okay, many of your perception is wrong. Who actually made you understand? Now, if you study at least for your written exam, I'm telling every time that then definitely you can answer the question in the Viva. So you will be nervous, but you know your teacher almost for 2 months, and I'm actually telling you there is no necessary for being nervous, because if you know the answer, there is no point of nervousness should come. You are not actually small kid, right? You are actually mature human being now. So what actually is the point of being nervous? What sort of nervousness you can come? Thinking space, you think you will get that space and time for your thinking during the questions. Set of questions, if I want to if you say, now you are saying topic, earlier your friend said about questions. Now if we have some topic already, I can tell you the topic, no problem. Those topic that maybe you can go through about that maybe I can discuss, that's no problem. But whatever we do, you need some study and preparation. Study and preparation, if you don't have time, you have sufficient time. I can tell you, like, for this preparation after the written exam, you already prepare for your written exam, say like give the written exam, then you have 15th of August, entire day you spend actually, you just need for this course 2-3 hours going through the recording and then take the preparation, then you come, you have the time. Now someone family member is affected, or maybe he has to run in there, or maybe he has to, or she has to go to the hospital, or there's some engagement on the involvement, definitely they are in a trouble situation. We want to know their situation, we want to know those students, and I want to do the help and support to them. But it is not a situation like you have in this section is 46 students. This is maybe a situation for 5 to 6 students, I may consider, but not all of them. Some of you in your family member are actually maybe sick, or maybe infected. They are actually living in maybe they are still at home, they are staying and taking medicine and getting well. That happens and happening to in my family as well, and also actually we are going through it. It's becoming very common now. But with that, what we can compromise, that's actually I'm saying. So do not actually, I said, like for your effort or learning, do not make some kind of compromise. You have to pay it back for it. I'm telling why it is so, that whenever about the Viva you said like that, then we have to go maybe a little bit hard in the written exam then, which eventually end of the day will affect you. Okay, it will be actually create more trouble then. So better you should go like already you made a mistake with this movement and whatever you had a demand, already you made a mistake. And that's why I'm saying, like, whatever you were capable of to getting marks, now the chances in the Viva, at least 50% answer you can actually answer for 50% then questions, then at least I can give you 70% mark. If I give you 70% marks, to get in written exam in 70% mark is not always very easy. Now, a student got 60 in written exam, say like that is average exam now, just got D. And if they got in Viva 70%, their chances already it is very close to D plus and more than D plus, something like that. So if they can do well in assignment and all these things and read, maybe in final is little bit good, then automatically it comes in C and the course is saved, right? So that's why I always take Viva as a positive side. But when I have actually a lower weight or ratio, like 25% is now, it's automatically now you have to more depend on the written exam now, and which is not giving a good return actually. As you can see that it is not getting that much good return. Those students who are doing hard work and also can do it, like it is not having a problem to them. But those of the student are in the lower threshold, like 60, less than 60 or 50 or 40. Now it is becoming more and more challenged now. Depending on written exam, it's not always all the subject, all the thing is actually possible. You see that I spend a lot of time actually. I want to give actually that as much as possible to the hard work or effort, so that students, I go through, like I check few of the script, then I read those script few times, then we go for actually other students' scripts, so that whenever a student have the similarity, I can find out very quickly and try to mark it out. So there are many actually way to handle the situation. So in the written exam already, I am actually not feeling well that the written exam students, like you have an option to become dishonest. That option we don't want to give. In the Viva, at least we try to have some balance check. Okay, that maybe yes, the student is actually capable of that. You learn something about those two algorithms. That is actually the final learning, not about the marks. Now you apply the algorithm, you solve the solution, but in Viva still you cannot say 2 lines about that algorithm, how it works. Then you see that the worst thing happened actually. I feel so sad that time that whatever the effort I have given, it did not work. And you did not learn anything. You got maybe 20 marks in that question in your written exam, but actually you got 0 in your life. Okay, so that's actually the thing can be checked in the Viva exam only, because remember, these marks are not the end. Whatever you are getting, you are learning, it will be tested at one point. So that this situation that we are actually facing, this is actually affecting everybody in everywhere. It's not about the study, so we cannot actually excuse for it. We can definitely, we can have some compassion, or maybe we can have some kind of feeling so that we can help the student, but it should not be actually an excuse or maybe a reason for it, right, Jyoti? Do you understand actually what we want to mention? Jyoti, are you there? Nishat, Taslim, Jyoti? Can you hear me, Jyoti? All right, I'm not sure that where you are. That means you see that maybe you are busy with somewhere. Ratul, do you understand actually what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are prepared for the written exam, you should not be worried for the Viva exam, and you have that option for when we have the recording and all these things. So that what are the topic and how it has been actually discussed. You just actually spend some time, and then you can actually handle it. All right, I think. So, do you want to say that you have got the question in our departmental courses?
Yes, sir.
All right. I hope that, and I wish that you have question in the Viva at that time. Not those question, maybe other question you should get. At some point, the quality actually matter. That should not be actually ruined. Okay. I think we have spent entire class. I did not wanted to. I thought maybe half of the class I will spend, then half of the class maybe we will go for actually for something. Okay, can you tell me about? Yes, Papu.
No, sir. Sir, midpoint circle algorithm was not complete, sir. I want to say.
Yeah, that actually, if you don't come, how I can complete it, right? So that's we maybe discuss something other day. No, not with you, maybe not in your section, maybe. Anyway, one thing about that OpenGL, that do you started or checked something?
Sir, yes, we have found the flag assignment that you have given. Sir,
Yeah.
we wanted to ask you that if the Viva is from 16 to 21, so the deadline of the assignment should
It's
should
21,
it,
right?
yes, sir,
Yeah.
should it remain 21 or should it extend, because we are having some Vivas.
Yeah,
So
we
we
can. I
don't
can
know.
understand, but this
Yes,
is
sir.
also, you know, that Viva time, that 5-6 days is the best time to work on,
Okay, sir.
right? As there is no classes, so in your Viva preparation already you have, or maybe you have the exam by this time. It's only a small time, isn't it? But there are other time actually you have to work on it. So you do it if it is necessary. I'll see that about the extension or something. Okay,
Okay,
but
sir.
Sir, if you
you
increase, sir, if you increase 2 or 3 days, sir, it will be better, sir. In this semester, I am doing 5 courses, sir. So my 5 courses by the will be here, sir. I have to take the preparation of those courses.
okay, I can understand, but you need to get preparation for your but beforehand actually. Honest to say, it is should not be waited up to that when your exam is coming. Like in last 4-5 days, we did not do anything. So have you done anything on last 4-5 days?
Sir.
No. Then that is also necessary. Okay, and you see that, have you all set up the OpenGL? Those files are available as well. You don't have actually time, honestly to say, because you will go for the project after it. So you can see here for setting up is very easy. It's about 3 files that you need to copy in your specific places, like the DLL file for glut32. The DL should be in the Windows in system. Okay, Windows and in system, you just copy. You will after doing that one, that header file for glut.h, that should be copied in code blocks in that include an gl. That inside that gl, you will find that there are already that 3 files there by default for code blocks to working for graphics library. That is actually graphics library file, and this is the advanced file that it is necessary now, which is missing in code blocks. They don't have that one. We need to actually put that one, glut.h, but you have gl.h, gl text, and gleu.h. Those files are already available. You will find in that folder if you go. And then the last file is in the library file in GLUT32. That should be in the library folder. All that min.gw, that library folder, if you can copy, and then actually you can start working with the OpenGL in your code blocks with. So that when you will open a project, and that project should be the GLUT project, you will find that there is an option for GLUT project, and then actually you will skip this one, write down the project title and any name that you give, and then you need to actually show that where actually your compiler is, that project files, and that min.gw, they are actually the GLUT location, that GLUT-H file, that where actually it should have. And then you compiler, it is by default, it will come automatically, you don't need to do anything. It's finish that one, and then actually you open that project. In only that you include that header file with the windows that you write down in somewhere, says in the line of 14 somewhere, then actually you run it and you can see some shape like that. Then it is working, means the environment is fixed with all the files are working fine. Now you can work on it, right? So on the basis of it, you can actually let me check. I have that file set up, so I can at least show you that what you can do. You just need to copy and paste those files in the respective places. That is actually necessary, and the file is already uploaded. Okay, and whenever it is set up, that is necessary for you to go through those primitives you can see here that can be all right. As you can see that it will go for file. Say like I already have those file copied. Okay, now I open the code block and file, new file, then it is project, and then it is should be a GLUT project. You can see that this is actually the GLUT project. Go for it, then next, that project title, say like a test project we have by default is coming in the desktop, that where actually that project is actually saving. Then this is actually automatically came where my those library function, library file, and the GLUT file I have been saved in min.gw. That is actually the folder. Up to that min.gw, that is you need to mention in that link program files, code blocks, and min.gw. We have copied those files in there, and then this is GCC compiler. By default, actually it will come, and you don't need to do anything. Then you just finish it. Then you can see that there is a actually file has been created. Okay, some code by default code for a file has been created just for testing that it is working or not, and we need to actually include in here that as include and Windows.h. Then if we just build and run, as you can see that yes, those files are working on your system properly. Okay, so that's some shape in this code. Actually, those shapes are in there with some animated movement. All right, so you can. I hope that you have checked, some of you already, and whenever
Sir.
it is done, yes.
Sir, could you please share this PDF with us? How to open a OpenGL?
Who is that?
Sir, Didar, sir.
Either. So you don't check with your Google Classroom?
Sir, it's not showing for me, maybe, sir.
What do you mean by showing for me? And maybe, what do you say by maybe? You are not connected in the Google Classroom?
Yes, sir. I have seen, but it isn't showing, sir.
What it is not showing? Let me check in section A, right?
Sir, all the files are there, sir.
Check when I have uploaded. That is the flag assignment there. DDA, the link I have given you. And
Sir, it's uploaded 4th August.
4th August, right? Yes, July 31. Yeah, August 4. And yeah, that code blocks and graphics. Did you check that in that link is you are having everything?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Maybe
Okay.
I didn't
Yes.
understand.
No, please. That is necessary. Whatever I'm actually having, you have no one have any comment or anything. So I consider that all of you are already whatever I'm uploading, putting in there or everything, you already know it and taking it. So it is necessary to go through whenever you have an assignment. You see that when you have actually has been given for that on 4th maybe, so that time you need to actually look out what is necessary you need to do. Okay, that is your first responsibility. If you have some problem then for getting something, you should also inform to your teacher immediately, so that whenever you said I got confused that whatever I have actually uploaded in the drive, maybe is it working or not, whether maybe you are having trouble to get it or not. So please go through it. That is actually you will find. Then the tutorial, that is also actually I have uploaded here. Actually we have those, all those things, the same thing that I have just shown you. Then also some of the tutorial for that actually drawing those objects with the code is given, so you can actually check out and started to believe that okay, this is working in this way. Very simple code here, only the functions working. So we will discuss in another day about the functions, how it works, but at least you can be familiar, finding the confidence and changing the code, writing some extra, putting some two objects in together, so that how it looks like. So this kind of activity you can do. Yeah, at least you go for ending up with a flag already in the Bangladeshi flag, how to draw the circle as well, and you can see it that you can. I expect that you can actually work and can find out that how it is working, right? This is actually necessary at this level, right? That you know that if you go for 2 hours class, then you need actually 10 hours self study for it. So that is, it is very much necessary. So the structure of it, because nothing new to say, already you learn 2-3 programming languages. So it is not necessary to asking you that what actually are they. You all know that this bracket indicating some of the functions, these are all built-in functions. Having some values are actually passing as a parameter, a loop, working as a logic, maybe control structure, right? So that's actually necessary or important. Then you think about your flag, how, what are the shape has been actually used in there, those kind of shape, how we can actually go through and just point out and put down like those of it. Okay. All right, I think the time is up. Let us go for attendance. You see that movement is actually how much time has been getting costly. So which have simply wasted that much time. All right, so can you please come to the video for a while that and check your video camera and everything is working fine, because this week, and also take the preparation for it. Come to the video, please. All of you also need to point out if anyone have any problem, so that in the written exam time we will try to. Okay, do you have Alif Laila Jannat? Alif Laila Jannat? Ashikur Rahman Ashik.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ashik, you have no problem with the camera, right? Mohammad Alamin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Alamin, everything is fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Technical side I'm actually talking about.
Yes, sir.
Nisha Tara. Nisha Tara. Shoidul Islam Antur. Shoidul Islam Antur. Sumaya Akhtar. Sumaya Akhtar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sumaya. So you also, those anyone have any problem, you should inform, because I will mark it out and I need to follow you up about your technical accuracy. It's not about you, Sumaya. I'm talking to everyone. Then actually we need to follow up that whether the student have that camera related issue or network related issue or not. So during the exam, like this time, no one think that without coming to the exam session that your exam will be accepted. Completely your exam will be few students, 5 to 6 students did in the first term like that. They said like they don't know. They said like they had a problem or something like that. But you must have to come to the exam session. That is mandatory. Arif Akhtar Ritu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ritu. Are you sick?
Sir, little bit.
Chinatun Nisa?
Yes, sir.
Chinat, Parvez Alam?
Present, sir.
Okay, Parvez. Redwan Ratul?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Ratul. Salvi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Salvi. Papu?
Yes, sir.
Alright, Papu. Maria?
Present, sir.
Maria. Israt Jarin? Israt Jarin? Abdul Khalek?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Khalek. Rabina Afrin Omi?
Yes, sir.
Are you there, Omi?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Isha?
Sir.
Okay, Isha. Toyon?
Present, sir.
Okay, Toyon. Antur?
Present, sir.
Okay, Antur. Pratasha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Pratasha. Sharnika?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sharnika. Ria?
Present, sir.
Are you there, Ria?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's not coming in the main page. Rahat Rupu?
Present, please, sir.
Okay, Rupu. Mahmouda?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mahmouda. Didar?
Present, sir.
Okay, Didar. Tamanna Tabassum? Tamanna Tabassum?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Tamanna is here. Saib Sifat? Did you get any information about Sifat? Rupu, you wanted to maybe. Did you have any communication with him?
No, sir. I called him, but he didn't pick.
All right. Fairuz Tanjim Achul?
Yes, sir.
Achul. Shetuli?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shetuli. Uday?
Present, sir.
Okay, Uday. Mori?
Yes, sir.
Mori Sadia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sadia. Mantakimur Raman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mantakimur. Atik Faisal Imun?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Imun. Rahul?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rahul.
Yes, sir.
Then Jyoti?
Yes, sir.
Nishat Taslim Jyoti. Okay. Jyoti, anyone sick in your family?
Sir, my sister and my sister and brother-in-law.
Okay. Means are they staying at home? Or
Yes.
anyone is
They're in
hospitalized?
hospital. My sister in hospital. 20 days ago. Now
Okay.
in still
All
sick,
right.
sir.
And Sadat Mahmud Khan. Sadat Mahmud. Firdaus Hassan